Knight of Cups is coming in with a grand romantic gesture because they know that they've just been wasting time not being with you fully. They know that they have to step up fully, first of all. They can't just come in with a small gesture. Like, it needs to be a big gesture. But they're coming in and really being like, no, like, it's you and me, babe. Like, we're supposed to do this life together. And, like, that's really what they want. 10 of Cups under there. Okay, so, like, they want to have this long-term life with you. Like, this is what they've really honestly always wanted, but they were just running from it for some reason. And finally, with the Strength card underneath, it's like they have this strength. They're finally like realizing, they're having this breakthrough that this is what they've always wanted. They're like coming for you now, and that like they were making this harder than it needed to be, and it was really all on them. Like, you've been ready more, like you were ready before they were. Okay, and they were just making this harder than it needed to be. I'm seeing also with the 10 of Wands, and now they're just like, why was I doing that? And I feel like they're just done with that. They know, like, now is the time. The World card, they're coming towards you to really like go forward for the whole like next part of life together. I'm also seeing 3, 4, 5 as I'm saying that on the clock. So yeah, it's like taking these next steps, progressing together on the next phase of their journey and your journey together. It just seems like that's what they're really here to do. I can understand with the 9 of Wands why you would maybe be guarded about this, because you're kind of like, why? Yeah, like, I think that you maybe need them to kind of like prove it to you in a way, but I really feel like they're going to be willing to really prove it with the Knight of Cups, like in that really grand gesture. And they're going to follow through on their words. This is not an empty promise. Now with the 10 of Stars on the bottom of the deck, again, like they're willing to prove it, that this is what they really want. This long-term building from the root, from the ground up with you into this really beautiful connection. So basically it's like ending the time of being single, ending the time of not being together, ending, so any separation that might be existing between the two of you, any time of like them running away from their dreams or like fighting this. Like, I feel like they've really been resisting going towards this life for some reason, and they're finally ending that, because it's like they've always known the answer. With the 4 of Cups, they've always known deep inside what the answer was, and the answer was always you. They've always had their eyes on you. Like, they just can't take their mind off of you. Like the song says, You and Me by Lifehouse. Like, they tried to find other answers or options or fulfillment. I don't even mean with other people, like in other areas of their life. Like, they felt like they had to have other stuff together or whatever, and then they're like, really, why? Like, no, the way that I'm happiest in my life is when I let myself be like happy and fulfilled emotionally with my person. Yeah, there's a lot of Cups energy here, 3 of Cups here now. So I feel like what this is really saying is like, I think that this person was maybe shying away from the emotional connection. Like, they were like trying to be more in the, focusing on career, focusing on other things like that, maybe dealing with family stuff, just not in the like loving, romantic, emotional place. That's what they were kind of like running from for some reason. And finally, like now they have more strength to really come forward. And again, with the Death card, it's like they're not doing that anymore. They don't want to do that anymore. And we're back to the Flower of Life, which we saw at the beginning of the reading, which is like, this is the life path that they know that they need to go through, and they're ready to be there. And so it's like they had this really big reflection moment, and they're finally realizing like, this is what they need to do. I know it's maybe taken longer than you wish, but like this was the time that they needed to take so that they could be ready for their life path. Temperance card here. I feel like, honestly, your initials could be here, their initials could be here. I just feel like someone's initials should be here to have it be for you. I'm getting WBJOCK SDA. It spells jocks in the middle, and so maybe this person or one of you is maybe like considered a jock at some point, I guess. That could be another sign of synchronicity. I'm also getting if there's like a junior senior situation, meaning like maybe that's somebody's like they're named after a parent or something like that, right? That's like their name is like a junior or a senior or something like that. Just another little sign or synchronicity for you. I want to talk more about whether this is a good thing for you, because just because they're having this realization doesn't necessarily mean that it's good for you. And that's something that you always really need to be mindful of when you're watching tarot on TikTok. I'm also strongly getting like this person was not like your heart might have been hurt, but they weren't intentionally hurtful ever to you. They're not a bad person. They're not an abusive person, things like that. If that was your situation, I'm sorry, this isn't your reading. That person's not having this realization that I'm talking about. Okay, so, but let's go to a part 3 and talk about what is actually in your best interest regarding this person that I'm talking about.